Hi, heathens. So today's video is going to be technically part 2. I don't know if I want to consider it a part, but this is going to be the next installment, I guess, in my alphabet game videos. So we are now on to the letter B, and at first I was going to do bold, but then I decided I have brows. So since brows are something that I tend to neglect a little bit in my videos, I wanted B to stand for brows. So we are going to do a simple little makeup look, enhancing and focusing on my brows. So I've got my smaller glasses on today because when I put them back on, I want you to still be able to see my brows, whereas with my bigger ones, you can't. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off, and I'm gonna start with face. I'm not going to say complexion because I plan on not using foundation for this look, and I'm going to do something with my hair at the end. I'm going to take it down. But I don't want to use foundation because A, it's going to get messed up if I do it first, because when I do my brows, I have a bad habit of putting pressure on these parts of my face while I'm applying. So we're just going to use a little bit of skincare, a little bit to bring some moisture into the skins, maybe some shine, and then we're going to go into other parts. So for my skin, I'm going to be using first the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. It's translucent and luminous with peach extract, and peptide complex. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. So my skin is already clean because I have washed it. So I'm just going to take a little drop of this. It has a very interesting smell. I'm just patting it onto my skin first and then kind of rubbing it in. I don't really know how to describe the smell. Like, it's not strong, but it's not exactly the most pleasant. But I have used this a few times to test it out to see if I liked it, because I was a little nervous at first because I do have more oily skin. It definitely makes me shiny, but it does not make me more oily throughout the day than I would normally be. So then I'm going to take the Curel Dry Skin Therapy and take the smallest amount of this. Like, I don't even know if you can see it on my finger, just so I can go between my brows, because obviously since the brows are going to be the main... What even just happened? Well, I guess I'm going to smooth out my elbows too now. I don't know how this much came out while I wasn't even squeezing it and had it facing up, but here we are. So, Curel on the brows, or on the elbows, because since the brows are the main focus, I obviously, when I get up close and personal, don't want that area between them to be severely off-putting, because that would just not be fun for anyone. Like, you wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to show you. I'm just rubbing what's left onto the tops of my cheeks and face. And then rubbing it into my elbows because I somehow did that. Who even knows? So I'm not going to be using any eyeshadow or eyeliner for this video, but I am going to do a little bit of mascara after we do the brows. But first, we're going to go in with a little bit of highlighter, because even though I want my brows to be bold, I don't want my face to be fully bare. I'm using a lot of B's. I like this. All right, so I'm going to take the Majesty palette, which is a highlighter palette from the Shop Miss A A2O collection. It's gorgeous, has a lot of different variety in it. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, and these don't have names, so I'm going to dip into this like more white right above the gold. That's what I was trying to say. I don't want the gold one. So I'm just tapping in, tapping off, and then putting this on the high points of the face. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. This is pretty subtle. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted, but I wanted you to be able to see it. Oh, you can see it on this side. What's wrong with the other side of my face, I wonder? Do I just need more light? Perhaps. Yeah, because if I come over here, I can see it. All right, we're going to move you this time. Let's come over this way. I'm going to attach you right whoop, here. Try not to wiggle so much. All right, let's check now. Yeah, you can see it on this side. And then on this side. All right, so we have highlighter. Now I'm going to go on to lips. Like I said, this is going to be super simple. I want the brows to be focus. You look here. So I'm just going to do a little gloss. Let's do this one. I haven't done this in a while. This is the GRWM Cosmetics lip gloss in Pouty Princess. So this lights up. And so it has a light on the inside of the gloss that allows you to kind of be able to see a little better. It's got a little color, like it's not clear, but it also has a nice shine, and it's not really sticky. I can't remember the last time I used this in a video. Very, very nice. Just a nice little something. Now, star of the show. I'm going to take first a light eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to be using the Cella Warm Blonde or Beautiful Blonde that I used the other day. Has a spoolie and then just a very small tipped pencil. I'm trying to find a small mirror. I use my Space Case Cosmetics little eyeshadow / highlighting palette, and I'm just going to come up into my brows, and this is going to help me get a little shape because I have a few more products that I'm going to use to really emphasize them, but this is going to help me get the shape I want. This is a brow product that I use if I just want a little filler but don't want too much attention drawn to my brows or the fact that they're filled in. Also, I don't realize how much I move my eyebrows when I talk until I go to film a video and do my eyebrows at the same time. And then my eyebrows are all over the place and I'm like, please stop moving. Forgetting that, like, I'm doing it myself. Does anyone else get like that? Just me. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this other eye. Like I said, we're just gently filling in a little bit and creating the general shape, particularly where my brows are a little sparse. My eyebrows are not sisters. I'm lucky when they're even related. So this is just gently filled in. So I'm not going to worry about the spoolie yet. We're just going to pop the cap on that. And then to deepen them up a little bit, I'm actually going to go in with something that I use, I'm not going to say regularly, but more often than you'd know because I never talk about it in a video. So this is the Max Studio Brow Powder. It's a little duo. Does it say what shade it is? No, just says Max Studio Brow Powder. So what I'm going to do first is take a little angle brush. You can tell that I've been using this for this. And I'm going to dip into both sides, tap off a little excess because I don't want to deposit too much into my brows all at once. And then I start in the middle where I have the most hair already, and then actually work my way toward the front. Most people, from what I've seen, like to start on the tail because they want the tail to be more emphasized. I don't. I prefer when my tail kind of, I need a different mirror. This one's making me go cross-eyed. I prefer when my tail kind of fans out and becomes a little sparse like it does naturally. Let's see what I've got down here that I can just quickly grab. Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions. All right, so I start in the middle and work my way in and then out. That way, like I said, I'm focusing the most where I already have hairs, because I find that that looks much more natural than if I start on the tail and the tail becomes too dark. Because while this video is focusing on my brows and I want them bold and beautiful, I don't want them to look bad. That's a B word we don't like. Bad. A lot of B words I do like, but that's one of them. So I try to do it really slow like this so that it's definitely defined, but again, not overdone. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, starting in the middle, and we're still tapping into both sides. It doesn't matter if it's completely even, because once I'm done with this step, I'm going to go back in and deepen it up a little bit more. Because again, the brows are what I want to be the focus of this look. And I'm going to take my hair down. So even if my hair is down, I want my brows to be the focus, which I rarely do. Sometimes I just want them visible, but I've only done a few looks that I can recall where I really wanted the brows to be a statement, and that's what I'm going for with this. So now I'm going to tap only into the darker side of that brow powder, and again, starting in the middle and working my way back to the center of my face, just deepening them again ever so slightly, and then tapering off into the tail. Tapping into that deeper side, starting in the middle to the center, and then tapering off into the tail. Now I'm going to compare them, make sure they're good enough. And then we're going to close this, put the brush away. We're going to grab a brow gel for this look. I'm actually going to use my Mellow Cosmetics tinted brow gel because it is in the shade dark brown. And we're going to brush the brow hairs up. So this can be a little dark, so you have to be very careful with it. So again, starting in the middle, make sure we're not depositing too much pigment. Coming to the inner part, just gently brushing the brow hairs up, and then working my way out down the tail. I'm trying not to grab my actual hair in the process. And I just use brow gels because I don't have a lot of brow hairs. So I use them just to make the hairs more defined. I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely makes it where you're like, oh, she has brow hairs. Versus like, yeah, okay, she has brows. I don't necessarily use it to hold them in place per se, because I don't have enough where they're really going to go a whole lot of directions. And this is such a nice color that it does keep it looking very, very natural. It looks like I have slightly darker brows and filled them in a little light. And I went a little heavy on this brow I don't know if you're going to be able to see on camera. Hold on. Right toward that arch. So what I'm going to do is take a brush like this, and then I'm going to take the brush end, which is kind of spoolie, but in a brush, and just gently flick that through. That way there's not that little clump sitting there. And then we're going to go in with mascara, because the look isn't complete without mascara, in my opinion. But also, if I can draw attention to the eyes, it will then go to the brows. So we're going to use the Betty Boop and Ipsy. Really wish this was a full-size purchasable product, but alas, to my knowledge, it is not. So we're just going to build this up on the lashes just enough to, again, this is all about drawing attention. So I'm actually going to avoid my lower lashes because I don't want the attention drawn down my face at all. So now the attention is all here. You know, you've got the highlight, very soft lip, just because, so they're not bare. We want it to be a cohesive look. And then we're going to take down the hair, take out, technically it's down, it's just braided. So we're going to take out the braid, and then voila. This is the finished B is for brows look. And so now, with my smaller glasses, even when I put these on, brows are still there. They are very uneven, but, you know, I have uneven brows. If I try to make them even, it's just gonna look even more unnatural, so that's what we've got. Let me know your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Stay subscribed for C. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!